delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Ring, 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 back to school hunting. Accel Finance, help the joy of learning. Ring, 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 your future is bright. With the Accel loan, help you get started right. Backpacks, the uniform is out. Accel Finance, we let them do success. No worries, no stress. We got your back, better Accel loan and keep them on track. Ring, 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 back to school hunting. Accel Finance, help the joy of learning.
Accelerate your kids' education today with an Accel Back to School loan. Visit today or call us on 435-8222.
Ring, 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 back to school hunting. Accel Finance, help the joy of learning.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Labor Day Sunday, September 1st, there is one event you must attend. One event that brings the Caribbean together. Brooklyn, New York. Get ready as YTM Records presents Party Bar. The biggest event going down Labor Day weekend at Legacy Low, 9302 Ditmas Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Get ready for Mr. Leg, Problem Child, Mr. Killer, Moto, Denise Belfon, Talprey, Lunis Park and Electrify, Slaughter, Inspector, and Randy Isaac, Dev, and much more. Together with 3 big surprise guests, hosted by Big Pumps HD and Viceman Redman, with a crazy DJ lineup: Rigo Suave, Elegant Sound, Naughty Vibes, Red Asylum, DJ RLM, 10 Speed, and DJ Skywalker. Tickets $50 at partybar.frontlineticketing.com. More at the door. Doors open from 9 p.m. So get there early. It's Party Bar, the event at Legacy Loft, 9302 Ditmas Avenue, Brooklyn, New York.
Alrighty, yes, and of course we want to say hello and welcome to everybody currently tuned in to another Mikey Live program. How are you doing? It's always a pleasure to be back with you to talk to you about what's making the news. So hello. And of course, to the first-time viewers, we are saying hello to you. And to the usual suspects, there are people who never, listen, when I tell you there are people who never miss a program, literally, there are people who don't miss a program. So those of you who are there and you fall under that category, we call you the usual suspects. We are saying hello, hello to you. And of course, we appreciate you being here. So we have quite a bit of things to talk to you about tonight. We're going to see how much we can get through tonight. And in Williams has been remanded to His Majesty's prisons following his court appearance today on murder charges. A body was found today, according to police, and that's in the St. Andrew area. We'll talk to you more about that in a while. We have got the information regarding the temporary closure of the Mungay Hospital Road. We'll talk about that as well. Also, Grenada government makes a claim in the House of Representatives when it comes to getting an approval for a supplementary estimate. We'll talk to you about that, don't worry yourself. And the showdown that occurred leading to the walkout of His Majesty's opposition. Right, the leader and his members, they walked out. We'll talk to you about that in a while. The Minister for Health is talking again about the Mpox, the monkeypox, they call it by surveillance. All right. And we also have an increase in dengue. And all your dengue ain't pretty. You ain't want dengue. You hear me? You ain't want it. So anyway, we have these things to talk about and more when we come back. We got to let you know the headlines is brought to you through the kind compliment of Courts, Grenada Limited, Digicel Nawasa, Real Value, IGA Supermarket, Superb Distributors, Infinite Contractors. We've got as well on board the Axel Finance, and they've got their back to school on right now. Don't forget, someone, a lucky parent, will win a $2,000 scholarship for their child. You understand? In the back to school campaign by Axel Finance. So all you sort out all the business. Sort out all the business. You know, sometimes things get hard and things like that. You want a little money? Speak to the Axel Finance and see how they can fix you up. Get like a something. You know what I mean? So yes, we're taking a quick one and come back. Remember, someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credits, compliments, Digicel. That lucky person, I'll get a little thing on your spin. I'll put all the name on it and like spin. You understand? And you're spinning him. Yes, and that lucky person might just be you. So all you brace all yourself, we're coming back.
Ring, 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 back to school learning. Axel Finance help you joy of learning. Ring, 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 your future is bright. With the Axel loan, help you kids start right. Backpacks, the uniform is on. Axel Finance will let them do succeed. No worries, no stress. We got your back at the Axel loan and keep them on track. Ring, 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 back to school learning. Axel Finance help you joy of learning.
Accelerate your kids' education today with an Axel Back to School loan. Visit today or call us on 435-8222.
Ring, 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 back to school learning. Axel Finance help you joy of learning. Labor Day Sunday, September 1st, there is one event you must attend. One event that brings the Caribbean together. Brooklyn, New York. Get ready as YTM Records presents Party Bar.
From my regions, I
The biggest events going down Labor Day weekend at Legacy Low, 9302 Ditmas Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Get ready for Mr. Leg, Problem Child, Mr. Killer, Moto, Denise Belfon, Talprey, Unispark and Electrify, Slaughter, Inspector, and Randy Isaac, Dev, and much more. Together with 3 big surprise guests. Hosted by Big Pumps HD and Viceman Redman with a crazy DJ lineup. Rigo Suave, Elegant Sound, Naughty Vibes, Red Asylum, DJ RLM, 10 Speed, and DJ Skywalker. Tickets $50 at partybar.frontlineticketing.com. More at the door. Doors open from 9 p.m. So get there early. It's Party Bar, the event at Legacy Loft, 9302 Ditmas Avenue, Brooklyn, New York.
All right. So, welcome again to another Mikey Live program to all our viewers. And, well, I have to say listeners because some people don't listen to the program. So don't forget the weekly specials. They are on, and they are always on at the Real Value IGA Supermarket. So we want to encourage you, go check it out. Some of your favorite items, they just be on discount with the weekly specials. And when I tell you, some of your favorite items, and the discounts are really dramatic, all right? So we have the hot and spicy noodles, and I said you could check out that too, all right? It moves from $7.50 and it goes down to $5.95, and that's $1.55 discount for you, all right? Whether you want the pasta sauce, imagine a discount of $3.50 on the Hunt's pasta sauce, right? It moves from $12.50 to $8.59. Why you want more than that? Real Value, IGA Supermarket, the weekly specials, they are on. Speaking of on, the Ministry of Infrastructure, Public Utilities and Civil Aviation and Transport wishes to inform the general public that the Mongay Hospital Road, and that's close to the Stills Auto St. George's, will be temporarily closed to vehicular traffic from today until further notice. And they not even have an answer for you when you ask until when. This closure, they say, is necessary to facilitate the construction of a sewer line within the area. In this regard, the general public are advised that traffic heading towards the area can utilize the Mount Rush Road. All right? Well, you know the route. The Ministry of Infrastructure apologizes for any inconvenience and anticipates the cooperation of the residents of the area and the general public. Speaking to police today, they confirmed that the body of a male individual was discovered on an estate at La Digue in St. Andrew. Police say that their investigations are continuing into that discovery. While they do what they have to do, no name was given. All right? We should be able to have an update for you as soon as the preliminary investigations are concluded. All right? So hopefully by tomorrow's program, we'll be able to have some more information for you. But police has confirmed that the body of a male was discovered today in an estate at St. Andrew. We're talking about La Digue in St. Andrew. All right. You know stuff here. Now, the Grenada government today pushed through a supplementary appropriation in the House of Representatives for additional, budgetary support for 2024 in the amount of $269,598,000.86. All right. $269,598,086. So the motion was presented by the Minister for Finance, Honorable Dennis Cornwall, at today's sitting of the members of the lower house of Parliament. All right. So basically, that is going to help the government to do things that it has to do until the next budget cycle, right? What they are saying as well is that part of that allocation is because of the whole fact that we had to deal with Hurricane Beryl. It destroyed Carrico, Pidi, Martinique, some parts of the north of the island, and all of that. So all of that, was what created the environment for, I go back. It's almost like we go and get money, go and get a loan, and think, to buy a vehicle now. And you get a vehicle and think, and then like a spring go bad, and I start water pump maybe go, so they have to go back and get more money to, organize to get it back to, you understand, to its proper state. So something like that, to put in layman terms. All right. During that process, there was a little, it got a little heated when the leader of His Majesty's opposition, Dr. Keith Mitchell, asked Honorable Tevin Andrew, the member for Carriacou and Petit Martinique, to apologize for statements that he made regarding, public officers. So we will seek to give you a little thing. We'll fast forward a little piece, and then the Speaker of the House asked the Leader of the Opposition to withdraw the statement on a request of the member for Carriacou and Petit Martinique, in which he refused to so do, resulting in the Speaker somewhat cancelling or terminating his presentation, which is the leader of his opposition presentation. And he walked out, the leader, and of course his other members follow suit.
Some people, I get the impression, Mr. Speaker, if they don't want to be criticized, or they should not be in politics. They should not be in politics if they don't want to hear anything negative. Because no human being is perfect. I got more than my fair share over the years. I took it left, right, and center, all kinds of accusations. I stood there. And I didn't hold anybody as enemy. I did not hold anybody as an enemy. Speaker, in fact, when I heard, I was the first person to admit it and correct it. So when I made a statement about doctors and nurses and the hospital, food and so on, and other persons, and it was not meant, and others personally, and in effect, I misspoke. I should say some workers, and that would be correct. I apologize publicly. Mr. Speaker, I ask, therefore, a member for Carriacou and Petit Martinique, we should apologize to the teachers of Carriacou and Petit Martinique for the statement made about some of them have able to fix their homes and to do their things. They have resources. When people are under traumatic problems, Mr. Speaker, we as leaders must not speak to them like that. And if we err, then the big men apologize, like I did. Little men.
MP for Carriacou and Petit Martinique, are you raising a point of order? Go ahead, MP.
I would like the leader of His Majesty's opposition leader to withdraw that statement, because I did not make any such statement about teachers.
Okay,
Mr. Speaker, I cannot withdraw what was reported publicly and no opposition. I said this is what was said and heard by people, and therefore I cannot withdraw. The member cannot take it, then he shouldn't be here, as I said.
Honorable Leader of the Opposition.
Yes.
As part of the House,
yes,
you must know you cannot come to the Parliament and say what was said, what you heard.
Mr. Speaker, this was done, and the report can be provided. The member cannot come here and pretend that he didn't say so.
All right, Honorable Leader of the Opposition, do you have the evidence that it was done?
It can be provided, Mr. Speaker, but don't ask me to do that now.
Okay, well,
I cannot withdraw it, Mr. Speaker, and I will not withdraw it.
I ask you to withdraw the statement.
I will not withdraw it, Mr. Speaker. You hear me? I will not withdraw it.
The honorable member indicated that he didn't say.
I said I will not withdraw it, Mr. Speaker. I will not withdraw it.
Listen, honorable member.
Mr. Speaker,
you will need to withdraw it if you want to continue your address.
I will not withdraw it. Do what you want. Throw me out. I will not withdraw it.
Honorable member, I call on you for the final time.
I will not withdraw it, Mr. Speaker. Did you hear me? For the final time. Do as you wish.
All right. Please have your seat, Honorable Leader.
Yes.
And we'll have a very brief recess. I'll come back. to you. be seated. This sitting now recommences. I have had to take a break to discuss the matter before me, and I will at this point ask the leader of the opposition the final time to withdraw the statement made. All right, thank you. Thank you, leader of the opposition. Since you refuse to withdraw your statement, I will therefore suspend your presentation. And we approach the sitting with the next speaker. Leader for MP for St. Andrew Southwest.
And so that was it. The member, it was suspended. I'm not too sure about how...
By people.
Sorry, I'm not sure how the protocol works. So he was suspended, and so he got up and left. Well, I saw the other members as well followed right after him. Peter David, and I saw Kate Lewis, Honorable Kate Lewis, and then I also saw, who was it again? Honorable Clarice Modest Cohen, I believe. I saw her there as well, and so they all left, all right? And then the other members on the government side continued their presentations. The former Prime Minister did not exactly allude to or gave indication as to exactly what comments he was referring to, where we can find those comments. But I did notice a couple of days ago there was a live. Was it live? Yes, I believe. Yes, there was a live that was done by Honorable Tevin Andrew that spoke about, what was happening in CARICOM PD morning, and some people were criticizing his government for the pace in which things were being done, and he was good doing a general update. And so, full disclosure, I'm thinking that is what the former Prime Minister is referring to, and so what I've sought to do is to get those comments and share with you so that you are in a position where you can judge yourself. All right. As well, between the member for CARICOM Peter Martinique speaking about well, what should I say? It was a long piece that spoke the subject of what the former Prime Minister is speaking about. At one point in time in his speech, then it deviated from that and then went back to it. So I just removed the part that has no relevance to the particular discussion. All right? So here we go.
We will do what we need to do, announce more measures as it relates to the rebuilding process for private homes and so on. But as Member of Parliament, forget now me as Minister, me as your Member of Parliament and me as a kayak. Let's be real. There are many of us as kayaks, many of you as kayaks who could afford to rebuild your homes. There are many people that could afford to rebuild their homes. Don't ask me, I'm telling you. And yes, you want the government to rebuild your house for you. I find that real unfair. You could afford to rebuild your home. You have the money sitting in the bank to rebuild your house, your home, or to do your roof, and you want the government to do it for you. I mean, this is sad. I mean, wherever we hear that from, we have to do better than that. So yes, the government will do everything that it can to assist, and that is why we announce the measures as it relates to the tax-free measures on building materials and supplies, and tax-free measures as it relates to imported items, household items and so on that you've lost during the hurricanes, so that you can go and do what you have to do. But you can't expect the government to do everything for you. That is impossible. There's no government in the world, not even the ones, not even the former administration, are running them out about what we're doing for the people, because they didn't, half of the things that we're doing, they have not done that. And let me say something. There are still people in Grenada that homes that have not been fixed back as a result of Ivan. That's a reality. That's a reality. Let's be real about it. There's still government buildings that are still not yet fixed back as a result of Hurricane Ivan. So this is not time for the politics. So their strategy is clear. They have no intention, they have no respect for the rule of law and institutions and so on, and that's why they didn't place no emphasis on the Parliament building, the House of Parliament, and all of those things. And the ministry, even our ministerial complex in ministry building in Karaku, was destroyed by Hurricane Ivan. We are renting a building now. We're renting a building. The building was destroyed since Hurricane Ivan. So this is why we are now placing the focus on rebuilding the government buildings. Let's do that. Let's ensure that our clinic among people in Puerto Rico that we're making. Ask those people in Puerto Rico who went through the hurricane. Ask those people in other countries that have experienced. Those are the people that reach out to me and send letters to me and text messages to me and say, Minister, you and your team is doing an excellent job. And I understand our people are in the heat of it, and you are facing it day and night, and I understand the frustration. Don't get me wrong. The supermarkets are open. Some of the people that are running them out the most are public officers, teachers, public officers who are receiving their salaries still running. The shop open, the supermarket open, and you're making confusion for case of water and bottle of water. The loudest people on social media are the people whose salaries are running. No, let's be real. So yes, we're all in this together. And yes, nobody will be left behind. And yes, the government has a plan. And yes, we are outlining the plan each and every day thing.
Right, and so those were the comments, kind of like in a compressed way, that it seems like the member of the opposition, the leader of the opposition, is referring to. So I'm not going to give my opinion on the matter. Of course, that is why we have the clips played for you, so that you can come to your own conclusion. All right, but I'm sure we'll be hearing more about this in the next couple of days. All right, as it is one of the things that most people are talking about. In fact, it is what is breaking the internet. All right, so we are moving on. How are we looking for time? All right, so the next thing that we have to tell you about is yes, boy. Annin Williams, who was charged by police for the death of Coconut Man. That incident happened on the weekend, that stabbing incident. Well, he has been remanded to His Majesty's prison. All right, and of course the preliminary inquiry into that matter is scheduled to begin early December. I believe it's on the 3rd of December. They say the fatal stabbing happened early morning now in the shop that is run by Mr. Williams. So I was shocked, actually, to hear that Coconut Man was involved in an altercation and subsequently leading to his death. I was also shocked to find out that it was Annin that was involved, because I know Annin, I know the shop very well. And that's the shop that I went to a lot during Hurricane COVID. During the COVID period. Because that shop, a little 10 by 10 or 12 by 12, a little shop, right? They have everything. Everything in that shop. We nicknamed that shop Home Depot because it doesn't matter what it is that you're looking for, you bet your dollar you're going to find it there. So during COVID, when everybody else was in all of the lines, I went to that shop and they never disappointed. I know the original owner had passed away probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago, just around that. And it is just sad. The whole thing is just sad. I do not know Coconut Man to be a troublemaker. I do not know Anin to be a troublemaker. I do not know the area to be an area that is involved in, you know, because I know Anin, he neutralized some other situations when the guys come in the shop and the guy like a high talk and thing, and then go do a little, you know, ting, and then everything nice, you know. Them guys just be hanging out there. But it's not a troublesome area. I do not know it to be a troublesome area. You know what I mean? I lived close there for a couple of years. It's just sad. So anyway, so we have Coconut Man dead, and Anin is now at His Majesty's prison. Okay, so let's go. The Minister of Health, Honorable Philip Telesford, says that Grenada currently doesn't have any cases of the Mpox or the monkeypox. But we still do need to be vigilant. The monkeypox can be, or the Mpox can be transmitted through close contact with someone who has the virus, also through contaminated material, or with infected animals. So, be guided accordingly. We have to be on guard. The health minister noted that countries were urged to be alert on the basis of the World Health Organization declaring the latest outbreak of the virus, particularly in the African region, as a public health emergency of international concern. And Grenada will be on its guard. All right, please, let's be on guard. Yeah, so we have a lot of travels taking place, so we still have to be very, very vigilant, very, very careful as well. We also see a lot of dengue cases, and that is cause for concern. Dengue is very serious. You understand? Very serious. And so persons, you must hold on. So the dengue, sorry. We have to be careful with that. So you can do your part by making sure that your environment is clean. It's clean. It doesn't contain containers that can create a breeding site for mosquitoes. Even inside of your house, your waste drainer, anyway, your flower pots, the thing in the bottom of the flower pot, how do you just call it, whatever. All these little things. It doesn't take much for still water to become a breeding site for mosquitoes, then you understand, you have a distribution site in your property. So please be guided accordingly. What else we have to tell you? I think we can stop here for now. Let me take a quick break, drink some water on the program, and then organize myself. In fact, I'll drink some iced tea, and then we're thing. So we're coming back, and when we come back, we will have for you the national report. The national report will be long these days. Anyway, let me leave that talk. So we have the national report for you, and as well, we will have the weather when we return. Stay right there. We'll be back.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Ring, 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 back to school hunting. Accel Finance help the joy of learning. Ring, 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 your future is bright. With the Accel loan, help your kids start right. Backpacks, the uniform is on. Accel Finance will let them to succeed. No worries, no stress. We got your back, better Accel loan and keep them on track. Ring, 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 back to school hunting. Accel Finance help the joy of learning.
Accelerate your kids' education today with an Accel Back to School loan. Visit today or call us on 435-8222.
Ring, 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 back to school hunting. Accel Finance help the joy of learning.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Labor Day Sunday, September 1st. There is one event you must attend. One event that brings the Caribbean together. Brooklyn, New York. Get ready as YTM Records presents Party Bar. The biggest events going down Labor Day weekend at Legacy Low, 9302 Ditmas Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Get ready for Mr. Leg, Problem Child, Mr. Killer, Moto, Denise Belfon, Talprey, Lunis Park and Electrify, Slaughter, Inspector, and Randy Isaac, Dev, and much more. Together with 3 big surprise guests. Hosted by Big Pumps HD and Viceman Redman with a crazy DJ lineup. Rigo Suave, Elegant Sound, Naughty Vibes, Red Asylum, DJ RLM, 10 Speed, and DJ Skywalker. Tickets $50 at partybar.frontlineticketing.com. More at the door. Doors open from 9 p.m. So get there early. It's Party Bar. The event at Legacy Love, 9302 Ditmas Avenue, Brooklyn, New York.
This is the GIS News for Tuesday, August 27th, 2024. I am Chrisanne Mitchell. In the headlines, House of Representatives passes Supplementary Appropriations Bill. Details to this story and more after the break.
We're excited to introduce our new digital school uniform assistance program designed to make shopping for school supplies easier for you. In this video, we'll guide you through the simple steps to use your QR code grant voucher for school supplies and uniform products. So, let's get started. Successful recipients will receive a text message and/or email from our processing provider, WePay. Applicants who do not receive a text or email can contact the Ministry of Education's Student Support Services Unit to find out if their application was successful. Applicants who receive a text or SMS message should have the following link on their phone. Please note that this is a text message and not a WhatsApp or other messaging services type communication. This is an example of what the text or SMS message will look like. Please note that you will need internet access to click the link in the text message to view your QR code. We highly recommend that you take a picture or screenshot of this QR code in the event that you do not have internet access while shopping. This is what the QR code will look like. For recipients who received an email, the format is quite similar, and this is what that email will look like. Please check for an email from support@wepaytoday.com. Please check your email's junk or spam folder, as this communication may accidentally go to those folders. Once you receive your QR code, you can immediately begin shopping at the designated stores for your school supplies. To know the designated shopping areas in your community, you may contact the Student Support Services Unit at the Ministry of Education.
Welcome back. Finance Minister Honorable Dennis Cornwall, with approval from the Governor General, presented the Supplementary Appropriations Bill 2024 to the lower house to secure an additional sum of $269,598,086 EC dollars to service the state of Grenada for the fiscal year 1st January to 31st December 2024. The Supplementary Appropriation Bill is necessary to facilitate the country's response to Hurricane Beryl. Minister Cornwall outlined how the funds will be allocated.
A sum of $1.7 million is needed to replenish funds for the TMR Show Community College to honor financial obligation made by the government in the fiscal year. A sum of $300,000 is required to increase the annual subvention for the New Life organization. Cabinet approved an increase in the monthly subvention granted to Neuro from $75,000 to $100,000 commencing in the fiscal year 2024. This increase is necessary to support the organization, its funded program, and operational costs, ensuring that they can continue to provide vocational training and support services. An amount of $1.5 million is required to provide financial support to the Grenada Conference Seventh-day Adventists for the construction of the St. George's SDA Primary School at Archibald Avenue, St. George. This fund will significantly contribute to the overall project costs of $4.2 million, ensuring development of state-of-the-art education facility. This modern, innovative, well-equipped school will provide enhanced learning environment incorporating advanced educational technologies and infrastructural improvements. The new facility aims to support the academic and social development of students, meeting contemporary educational standards and preparing for future challenges. The sum of $5 million is needed to support the provision of uniforms, meals, furniture, and general school supplies to children for the reopening of schools on the side of Carrick-on-Petit Martinique and in St. Patrick, following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Ministry of Health. In the wake of Hurricane Beryl, the urgency to replace essential medical and office equipment must be recognized as a critical step in restoring healthcare services to the pre-hurricane levels. Overall, 5 facilities sustained damage, Of this, 4 lost approximately 70% of their roof sheeting, coupled with broken windows and doors, while the Parliamentary lost its roof. Water ingress results in further damage and loss, particularly to that of medical and office equipment and other fixtures and furnishings.
He explained that assessment of needs and other sectoral and ministerial evaluations were conducted to finalize the additional figure.
Assessment of needs approved by the Finance Committee and the enactment of bill in Parliament, which includes a debate in the lower and upper houses of Parliament. The Senate is expected to debate the bill later this week.
Parliamentary Representative Honorable Ron Redhead gave support to the bill.
The appropriation bill gives, or rather this appropriation bill, gives the initial economic response by the government of Grenada to the monster that we have all come to know as Hurricane Beryl. It focuses primarily on the short to medium term goals or responses that is required and does not seek to replace that long-term goal of rebuilding Grenada as a resilient state. And let me just explain what I mean by that. Now, Hurricane Beryl occurred on July 1st. The government of Grenada will have to respond. They have done a number of things. All of it is out there. The information is general. And therefore, the need for us now to begin to lay the structural foundation to roll out the response is what we must get to. So, for example, as we discuss this budget, Mr. Speaker, where we sit, or at least where I sit, I see 2 main threats that loom on the horizon in the response to the aftermath of Beryl. And one, we are still well within the hurricane season. So to say that we must just go berserk and just start to spend money and start to do all kinds of things without first looking at implications, without first managing and putting a system in place is going to be careless.
The Grenada Development Bank is establishing a satellite office in Carriacou to administer the Business Reactivation Fund. The plan, as outlined by Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell and Finance Minister Honorable Dennis Cornwall, is part of support to businesses to rebuild and restore following Hurricane Beryl. GDB intends to employ personnel to work at the office to ensure the program is implemented seamlessly and successfully in September. Available positions include customer service representatives, administrative assistants, project loan officers, and finance officer. The bank is targeting residents of Carriacou to fill the vacant positions. The satellite office will be established in Hillsborough and is scheduled to begin operations by the second week in September. During a meeting of the House of Representatives on Tuesday, Finance Minister Honorable Dennis Cornwall said repayment under the fund will be at 1% interest rate for a maximum of 10 years.
The loan will be used for construction, capital goods, purchase, and working capital. The interest rate on this facility will be 1%. Collaterals for these loans. Loans to be secured as far as possible by property, secondary mortgage, legal mortgage, cash and cash equivalents, liens, equipment, etc. Terms and grace period. A maximum of 10 years, inclusive of 1 year grace period will be allowed, and the facility will begin from September 1st, 2024.
Member of Parliament for Carriacou and Petite-Martinique, Honorable Tevin Andrews, says the rebuilding process in Carriacou and Petite-Martinique has begun. He says government's focus remains on the recovery efforts following the devastation caused by Hurricane Beryl. He emphasized that government and the public must remain focused during this critical juncture.
There's a time and a place for everything. This is certainly not the time for politics. This is a time for us to unite the people of Carriacou and Petite-Martinique and for all hands to be on deck so that we can rebuild a more resilient Carriacou and Petite-Martinique. So, Mr. Speaker, this supplemental budget is a budget that is designed for us to respond to the devastating impact of Hurricane Beryl. Mr. Speaker, I have absolutely no doubt that the people of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique and Carriacou and Petit-Martinique on a whole will rise from the ashes. We are, after all, a resilient people. History has taught us that. And the process has begun. So the Ministry of Environment, Minister, through Mr. Speaker, Minister James and her team, are working closely with our ministry, the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique Affairs and Local Government, to start the process of the cleanup effort in Carriacou. We have 9 crews, 7 in Carriacou, 2 in Petit-Martinique. And Mr. Speaker, if you visited Carriacou just after Beryl to now, you wouldn't think that a hurricane passed with the amount of debris that is no longer on the roadside and the street side and so on, because the cleanup effort is having significant progress, if you want to put it that way.
The Ministry of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique Affairs will also collaborate with the Ministry of Climate Resilience to undertake a marine cleanup effort.
In addition to that, another cleanup aspect that will be starting soon is the marine cleanup. All the wrecks, the yachts and boats that were washed ashore, are stuck in the lagoon. The Ministry of Environment is seriously putting plans in place, and that process should start in a couple of days, if you want to put it that way. So again, another response that will assist us. Of course, we have to do it. We have to ensure that that is done, because you don't want the oils and the gas from those vessels, those boats, to get into the water and have that impact on our ecosystem, our marine life.
No one will be left behind with the rebuilding initiatives.
This administration has proven itself time and time again, whereby we made a statement and our actions speaks for itself. We have demonstrated with our initial response thus far that we are mindful of the seriousness and the situation in Carriacou and Petit-Martinique, and that we are taking this very seriously, and that we recognize that this needs to be an all-hands-on-deck approach, and that we are all in this together. And the fact that Prime Minister and his regional colleagues came to Carriacou, and several delegations came to Carriacou that have never been to Carriacou before, never heard of Carriacou before, Petit-Martinique. It sends a signal that backs up what I've been saying, that no one will be left behind.
Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell said of paramount importance is the upgrading of infrastructure on the Sister Isles to an appropriate building standard. Building codes will be reformed.
We have to operate less in silos and bring all of the players together. And I know the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique Affairs, the Planning and Development Authority, we all have to work together to ensure that the incentives, the tax incentives, the business reactivation, all the assistance that the government is giving will be linked to ensuring that we build back better and that we build resilience back into the physical infrastructure in Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. If we don't do that, then we'll be wasting taxpayers' resources. So the building codes must and have to be enforced. There's no question about that. We are working with our partner, SIDEMA. A consultant has been offered to us to assist us in helping to straighten that process, Mr. Speaker, and we would gladly accept the help that we've received.
Stay with us. We'll have more after the break.
Are you unemployed or looking for a higher earning opportunity? Have you seen a sponsored advertisement on social media, Facebook in particular?
Stop. Think about your next move. Things may just be about to take a turn for the worse. It may seem legit, but if it seems too good to be true, it definitely is. Look out for the following red flags. Does the company's name seem unusual or unfamiliar? Do your due diligence. Find out about your proposed new employer by doing your own research. Do not use a link given by the person. Are you required to give your banking and other personal details? Full name, account number, telephone number, account type information? Are you being pressured to move with a sense of urgency? Are you required to send monies overseas? Does your pay or commission seem unusually high for the tasks required? Are communication done only through social media, direct messages, without any face-to-face or verbal communication? Is there a hesitancy or refusal to share basic company information, such as website or physical address? Are you being asked to click suspicious links to upload personal data? Do not get involved. You may be partnering with criminals or scammers in the commission of a crime, and you can be charged. Save yourself the embarrassment. Do not go down that road.
Welcome back. Minister for Health, Honorable Philip Telesford, says the ministry is on guard and ready to respond if an Mpox outbreak in Africa is discovered in North America, England, or the Caribbean. Earlier this month, the World Health Organization declared this current outbreak a public health emergency of international concern. Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, is an infectious disease caused by a virus. Flu-like symptoms, including fever, chills, and muscle aches, and are typically followed by a rash that starts as raised spots, which turn into blisters filled with fluid. The Democratic Republic of Congo is experiencing a severe outbreak with more than 14,000 reported cases since the start of 2024. Outbreaks in the DRC are not unusual, but this year's figure already matches the total for the whole of 2023 and includes cases in previously unaffected provinces.
This version of Mpox, known as Mpox clade 1B, is more transmissible and can cause more severe illness than clade 2, which we saw in 2022. I'm saying this, Mr. Speaker, that we take cognizance of what is outside there. Currently, Mr. Speaker, there are no cases of clade 1B Mpox in Grenada or in the Caribbean. None has been reported in the USA, UK, Canada, and Latin America at the time as per my last update or my last briefing.
Minister Telesford noted that there is a limited number of travelers from the Congo to Grenada, therefore the risk for its spread is reasonably low. Lab staff at the General Hospital were trained by the Pan-American Health Organization in 2022 to conduct testing for the disease, and public education and awareness efforts are continuing.
So the Grenada Ministry of Health shall immediately step up surveillance and begin border security at our sea and airports should the disease be discovered in North America and England.
Grenada received high commendations on its recognition of the World Trade Organization and its mission to improve trade and investment within the OECS following a recent visit by Deputy Director General Ms. Joanna Hill and head of the OECS mission in Geneva, His Excellency Colin Murder. The team visited Grenada on August 19th and traveled to St. Lucia on the 21st and held discussions with public and private sector officials, as well as representatives of the OECS Commission on the WTO's Fisheries Subsidies Agreement, ongoing negotiations, trading services, investment facilitation for development, agriculture and food security, and the reform of the WTO's dispute settlement system. In Grenada, Ms. Hill met with Honorable Joseph Andel, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development, Honorable Lennox Andrews, Minister for Economic Development, Planning, Agriculture and Lands, Forestry and Fisheries, among other officials. His Excellency Murder said the visit to Grenada augurs well for the development of both the country and the organization. He is optimistic that more development is on the way for Grenada.
Grenada sees the WTO as being very relevant to its development, and that there is a role for trade in development. In fact, I think the minister responsible for agriculture, Minister Andrew, in fact, I think he mentioned that there is no development without trade and without export. And I think that is so true. And so I see Grenada as being very focused on utilizing what the WTO has to offer, not only in terms of technical assistance and capacity building, but also in terms of all the agreements that are already in play or that are being developed. And I think Grenada intends, along with the other ECS members, to play a constructive role in whether it is in e-commerce, whether it is in dispute settlement reform, or whether it is in Fish 2 or any of the other files. I think you will find that Grenada and OECS intend to be positive and intend to be constructive. I think WTO will learn a lot about the actual nature of the OECS economies, on the ground, practical things. And I think OECS will also become more engaged and fill in some of those gaps that we have in our engagement with the WTO, both in terms of, the Secretariat and what is available from the Secretariat, and also in terms of the other members, the membership. I think we can achieve good things in those areas.
The Deputy Director General highlighted some of the priority areas for Grenada and other OECS member states.
Reform, dispute settlement is something that's also a priority for our members. At MC 13, that was in Abu Dhabi this year, members also, with the full support of the OECS and CARICOM, put in the ministerial declaration a paragraph calling on the importance of promoting services trade, because some economies are really strong in the services area, but want to take advantage even more of the opportunities in order to improve their development prospects. And so a paragraph was agreed to in the ministerial conference to give more attention to this work. And so today we talked about some of the opportunities that are coming up to work in this area. One is the Joint Statement Initiative Agreement that came into effect in Abu Dhabi this year on services domestic regulation, which basically tries to make the services environment more predictable, more transparent, more stable, more efficient, so that services exporters will be more competitive abroad. And also it helps to attract foreign investment in the services area. The other initiative is a joint project with the World Bank called Services Trade for Development. And in it, it diagnoses some of the many opportunities that developing countries have in services trade, but also recognizes the challenges that many of these economies have, and therefore proposes an aid for trade program that can help overcome those challenges. It has to do with data collection and statistics in services.
Continuing the news, field officers from Extension, Agronomy, Forestry and Land Use have joined forces with the Pest Management Unit for a 2-day training course focused on biological control methods for the croton scale insect. The training, which began on Monday at the Produce Chemist Laboratory, includes sessions on familiarizing with indigenous natural enemies, utilizing and multiplying these natural enemies, field surveillance, and mass rearing of biological control agents. Since its emergence in 2020, the croton scale insect has severely affected agricultural produce, particularly soursop and other fruits. However, the ministry has observed a decrease in affected crops over the past year and a half. The training conducted by CABI, Center for Agriculture and Bioscience International, aims to explore the factors behind this improvement. Plant Quarantine Officer Francis Noel explained that CABI is working to identify natural enemies that could potentially be reared commercially and distributed to further combat the pest.
CABI is trying to benefit from our experience because right now the croton scale is threatening Latin America and South America. So it's in Venezuela. So Brazil and some of the other countries, they are trying to take it and trying to learn from our experience. So whatever is happening here, they want to know what is happening so at least they can benefit from it. So hence the reason why they are doing all this work, trying to identify the natural enemy. We have a number of beneficial insects that we would have identified. One is a wasp and one is a moth. So they have extract them from the lab. They are going to have them identified, and then we'll see if we can mass produce it.
CABI representative Willie Cabrera Walsh stated that one of the key objectives of the training is to determine the factors responsible for the reduction in the impact of the croton scale insect on the island and to capitalize on these findings.
We are here to find what's eating it, what kind of insects feed on it, attack it or parasitize it, and what kind of pathogens affect it too. The final objective is see if any biocontrol agents could be developed to control it. Biocontrol agents are insects or diseases that one can use instead of pesticides to control pests or weeds eventually too. The thing is that there are many agents attacking them, and many of them, or some of them at least, could suddenly be developed into something farmers could use all the time.
Representatives from nearly all field divisions in the ministry are participating in the training. Acting District Extension Supervisor Dennis Batiste emphasized that extension officers and assistants, who are often the first to respond to farmers' concerns, are among the most crucial attendees.
The extension officers are in the front line. They interact with the farmers on a daily basis. In most cases, when the farmers encounter pest or disease problems, the first person that they go-to persons would be the extension officers. So it's important that we keep our extension officers abreast with the new technologies, the pests and diseases that are around, and how are the best ways to treat them. While we do that, we have to be mindful of the environment. We want to make sure that we protect our environment. So we're trying to get away from too much of the harsh chemicals. So if you can get involved with natural enemies, biopesticides, then it's a plus for us as a society. We'll have healthier foods, we'll end up having a healthier nation.
The training will continue on Thursday with sessions for farmers. We'll have more after the break.
We're excited to introduce our new digital school uniform assistance program designed to make shopping for school supplies easier for you. In this video, we'll guide you through the simple steps to use your QR code grant voucher for school supplies and uniform products. So, let's get started. Successful recipients will receive a text message and/or email from our processing provider, WePay. Applicants who do not receive a text or email can contact the Ministry of Education's Student Support Services Unit to find out if their application was successful. Applicants who receive a text or SMS message should have the following link on their phone. Please note that this is a text message and not a WhatsApp or other messaging services type communication. This is an example of what the text or SMS message will look like. Please note that you will need internet access to click the link in the text message to view your QR code. We highly recommend that you take a picture or screenshot of this QR code in the event that you do not have internet access while shopping. This is what the QR code will look like. For recipients who received an email, the format is quite similar, and this is what that email will look like. Please check for an email from support@wepaytoday.com. Please check your email's junk or spam folder, as this communication may accidentally go to those folders. Once you receive your QR code, you can immediately begin shopping at the designated stores for your school supplies. To know the designated shopping areas in your community, you may contact the Student Support Services Unit at the Ministry of Education.
Welcome back. Director and pastor of His Grace Ministries, Leo Prince, made a donation of relief items to the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, on Tuesday for the Sister Isles of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Pastor Prince and his team visited the NADMA headquarters and presented the items to Disaster Coordinator Dr. Terence Walters. They included water, paint, and school supplies, which addresses immediate and critical needs on the island.
On behalf of our membership, our friends and our supporters, it gives us real joy to respond in a loving and tangible way to the needs that occur primarily in the Grenadines after the passing of Hurricane Beryl. So Mr. Terence Walters, Director of the National Disaster Agency, it gives me a joy to present to you this morning 50 cases of water, 30 gallons of paint, 1 barrel of mixed clothing, 10 gallons of paint, 30 gallons of paint, buckets of nails, and 10 gallons of disinfectant that can be used in the hospitals, in Carriacou and the clinics. And also we have 1 box of mold and mildew remover. And we have here for the preschools in Carriacou who may have lost almost everything. We have a lot of teaching aids in a box there by way of felt. So there are different ones there that can be used in the preschool. So Mr. Walters, on behalf of His Grace Ministries, it is a joy to present it to you with love. And
Prince says his ministry will continue to stand with the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique.
Love, and we stand ready again to respond even in a more tangible way. When some people would have built back their homes and they need certain things, maybe like beds and chest of drawers, we will be happy to make a response in that manner. So may God bless you as you continue to do this great work.
National Disaster Coordinator Dr. Terence Walters thanked Pastor Prince and assured that the donation will be used to serve the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique.
Thank you very much, Pastor Prince and His Grace Ministries, for your contribution to the relief efforts for Hurricane Beryl. We thank you and His Grace Ministries for your contribution, and we assure you that these items will be sent directly to the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique so that they can have it for use, the relief efforts and the recovery after Hurricane Beryl.
The Ministry of Infrastructure, Public Utilities, Civil Aviation and Transportation says the Mount Hospital Road will be closed to vehicular traffic from August 27, 2024 until further notice. This is necessary to facilitate the construction of a sewer line in the area. As such, the public is advised that traffic heading towards the area can utilize the Mount Rush Road route. We'll take a break, and when we return, what's happening in sports.
Expert, I'm the murderer.
where the heart is. I would like to tell nobody I love where I'm born. Yeah. I come from the island. Yeah. This place is so sweet, beautiful and
in Grenada, in St. John, in Guam.
I'm so proud to call you my home. Home sweet home. Home sweet home. Home sweet home. I'm so proud to call you my home. Home sweet home. Home sweet home. Home sweet home. As soon as you land, we welcome you with open arms. I know that it's sweet, yo. You never met people sweet, so this place is a paradise. It's a paradise. I know that it's sweet, yo. I know he go sweet, yo. Wait, come let we eat a island on the corner. Drink some coconut water. Head down to Ghana's beach and take a nice dip in the crystal waters. This place is so sweet, beautiful and unique. You see where I come from, yeah. Known as this Spice Island, somewhere you vacation. I'm so proud to call you my home. Home sweet home, home sweet home, home sweet home. I'm so proud to call you my home. Home sweet home, home sweet home, home sweet home. Come, let we head to the part I'm from. The north side of the island.
So we're here to celebrate for heroes, Kirani, Lyndon, and Anderson. For the tremendous inspiration that you have placed in the hearts and minds of the next generation of Grenadians.
Thank you to everyone. Your contribution, your prayers. It was so thank you. And a special shout out to the whole team that was there in Paris. Everyone did their job, incredibly. Especially the two medalists. To be honest, they inspired me.
Lyndon, could you please join us here at the podium? The value of which is 170,000.
Welcome back. In sports this evening, under 13 cricketers from the Windward Islands and Trinidad and Tobago will face each other in the final match of their inaugural series at Lasajas Playing Field on Wednesday. Details in Sports Report by Leslie Ann Johnson.
Trinidad and Tobago's under-13 cricket team won Game 2 against the Windward Islands under-13 by 5 wickets in the inaugural Windward Islands vs TNT under-13 tournament at the Lasajas Playing Field on Monday. Trinidad and Tobago won the toss and elected to field. They bowled out their Windward's counterparts for 122 and in reply made 123 for 5. The game's commentators say there is good prospect for the future of West Indies cricket by what they have seen from the young cricketers. Here is the final ball of the game.
Driven. Again, pass the mid-off fielder. And it goes down to the boundary for 4. And certainly that's the winning shot. 123 for 4. Full toss ball there. And Giuseppe driving straight down to mid-off. A misfield by the mid-off fielder. And goes down to the boundary for 4. What a win by Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, really good, outstanding cricket from them. They were under early pressure, losing their top order for just 16 runs. But that partnership of 88 between Thomas and Mongrou just brought everything back together. And so I think this is really where the game was won for Trinidad and Tobago. Had the Windwards taken that chance to get Thomas out, the complex of the game may have been different.
Yeah.
But definitely a good victory, good mature cricket.
Yeah, and one has to commend the Trinidad team. I think they played well. They played better cricket. I think they bowled well, having the ball first. Really made it difficult for the Windwards in terms of scoring. They had difficulty in scoring. And as such, they was able to bowl them out for 122, which, as we discussed earlier, in our view, was not enough. But the Windwards did, as you said, made a good start to have them 16 for 3. But again, we saw some maturity. We saw as though there were some experienced players playing in the middle. That pair batted really well to put on a partnership of 88. And all it meant was just for them to complete the victory. But well-deserved victory. We have seen, in my view, you have seen some batting that speaks to good prospect for the future. We have seen some leg spin that really, in my view, that can move on because of the consistency and how they bowl. And one have to give them credit, having completed a very good victory, a convincing victory.
In the first game on Saturday, rain forced the abandonment of play. The final game in the series will be played on Wednesday. In football, Paradise FC International turned out the highest goal score in Premier League matches held over the weekend, with an 11-1 goal advantage over Monkridge at Plains. In other matches, Hurricanes SC defeated Hard Rock 5-1 at the Alston George Park. Queen's Park Rangers FC beat Saab Spartans 4-0 at Queen's Park. Shamrock SC defeated Fontenoy United 3-1 at Bouchejoux, and the match between FC Camahon and St. John Sports ended 1-1 at Queen's Park. After this round of matches, Paradise FC International has 21 points, followed by Hurricanes with 17 and Queen's Park Rangers 15. In one first division match played on Monday, North Stars defeated Sunjets 7-2 in Rosehill. And going back to Premier League matches for this weekend, Queen's Park Rangers FC will face FC Camahon on Saturday at Queen's Park Ground 2 from 4 p.m. Fontenoy United will meet Monkridge on Saturday at Bouchejoux, also at 4 p.m. On Sunday, Hurricanes SC will meet Paradise FC International at Alston George Park from 6 p.m. Also on Sunday, Shamrock SC will meet St. John's Sports at Plains from 4 p.m. and Saab Spartans will meet Hard Rock at Victoria Park, also from 4 p.m. The Grenada senior men's national football team is preparing for a round of matches in the CONCACAF Nations League. It runs from September 6th to 9th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. The CONCACAF Nations League is an international association football competition contested by the senior men's national teams of CONCACAF member associations. CONCACAF is the regional governing body of North and Central America and the Caribbean. It comprises 41 member countries, and Grenada is presently playing in League B of the competition. League B also includes St. Lucia, Curaçao, and St. Martin. Para-athletes from Grenada and all over the world will be in action from Thursday, August 29th, just weeks after the 2024 Paris Olympics. The Paralympic Games will begin in Paris on Wednesday, August 28th and continue until Sunday, September 8th. About 4,400 athletes will compete across 20 venues during the Paralympics. They will participate in 23 disciplines. At the Olympics, roughly 10,500 athletes competed in 48 sports disciplines. Unlike during the Olympics, where competition began before the opening ceremony, the first day of the Paralympics features only the opening ceremony. Some events like para-swimming, para-table tennis, para-sitting volleyball, and para-wheelchair basketball will take place over the course of almost the entire Paralympics. Grenadian athletes Ishona Charles and Tyler Smith are hoping to do Grenada proud at the Games. Charles is participating in her second Paralympic Games following her debut in the 2021 Tokyo Games. She will compete in the women's F46 javelin and F46 shot put. Tyler Smith will participate in the men's F43 shot put. The closing ceremony for the Paralympics will take place on September 8th. And that's the GIS Evening Sports. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
Thank you, Leslie Ann. This brings us to the end of the GIS News for Tuesday, August 27, 2024. A recap of the top story: House of Representatives passes Supplementary Appropriations Bill. I am Chris and Mitchell saying thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you very much, Chrisanne, and the rest of the GIS News team. And it is now time for us to head over to the Met Office for the weather. We can tell you that the weather is expected to be partly cloudy, with a few brief isolated showers becoming more frequent after midnight. Tonight's minimum temperature 25.5 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas light to moderate with waves up to 4 feet in open waters. For Wednesday, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with light to moderate and a low chance of isolated thunder, mainly in the northern part of the island. Max temperature for tomorrow 31.5 degrees Celsius, minimum 25. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. That's our weather report for tonight and tomorrow. Before we head out, we want to big up the people who are currently on YouTube. Blessings to you, Hillary, Marcus, Catherine, Celine, and everybody else. Blessings to you, Desi, and the crew, all right? Also, Facebook people, Java being the head of them, Java and the sharing committee, Diana, Bermuda, always on the program. These names that I'm calling: Keith, Kirin, I didn't see Kirin last night, Claire, Shum Shum, who else? Della, Nova, no. All right, Nova, I will send your. I would send your feedback to the relevant authorities, because I do think it's a bit long as well. Let me see, where did it come and go? I wanted to do a snippet of it and share it with the authorities, but it disappeared. Nova, where it is? Yeah, it's a bit lengthy. But anyway, we'll see, okay? Thank you very much for the feedback. Anyway, guys, Bernadette and the others, blessings to you and your family. And Claire, we'll touch base again, hopefully tomorrow, God's willing, if we all are alive. Yeah? We ask God to grant us life so that we can be back here, all of us, right? And we can be part of each other's experience. So, yeah. Big up, Claire. Yeah, man. And Isha, I see you there. I see you there. So blessings to you as well, Isha. God bless you. Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, yeah. No. Take care. See you guys tomorrow. All the best.